Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for, this is your July bonus reading. Happy birthday to all you July Leos out there, but let's see what is going on for you. You have this Head in the Clouds card and this Eye to Eye card as well. I actually don't feel bad about this. Like, your head might be in the clouds this month. You might be, like, I'm not suggesting you're, like, lost or anything like that, or you're being confused, but, you know, I do feel like some of you, it's like you could just be having these, like, moments where you're, like, daydreaming, or, you're, like, thinking about just, like, random stuff during the day, or maybe you're kind of, like, kind of just daydreaming, like I said. Here you go, right here, Head in the Clouds, Seven of Cups, and, again, I don't think it's a bad thing. This could be helping you actually kind of like shape your future, or come up with better ways of doing things, like in your business or your career, or, something like that. Like, I almost see this as a good thing. I feel like it's allowing you, like, this type of thought, it's allowing you to, process things. I feel like it's allowing you to, figure out what you want your future to look like in the first place. So I'm getting like all sorts of stuff like that. And, again, I would just allow it to happen. I wouldn't like fight against it. I feel like it's like a good thing for you here. And, again, it could be giving you ideas or helping you kind of like plan your future in some way. Now, you have the Hierophant, the King of Cups, and the Devil here as well. I feel like there could be new love coming in. It could be a Capricorn. I don't know. You have everything here, basically. It could be any sign. Earth definitely stands out. You have all three Earth major arcana: Hierophant, Devil, and Hermit. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And, if you want love. So it could be any one of those signs coming in for you. It could also be a water sign. Water stands out to me here. It could be any sign, general reading. But what I would say here is, again, I feel like that Eye to Eye card, I feel like, is the universe saying, it's like the universe is trying to communicate some sort of dream to you. Like, hey, you're supposed to create this on Earth. The Hierophant, I always say he's like the bridge between the heavens and the earth. He brings the earth down, the heavens down to earth. And I kind of feel that here, where it's like the universe is like saying, hey, there's something that you're meant to create, whether it's a relationship, a business, an idea, a goal, wish, dream, doesn't matter. And, I feel like the universe is trying to get you to like take the risk. That's kind of like what I'm getting here, going to the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition, but I almost feel like it's the universe saying, yeah, there might be competition, but I feel like you have to do it anyway. You have the King of Cups here. The King of Cups is a card that can represent like deep emotions, and I do feel like this could be a person coming in for some of you, but it's also a card of adventure. There's this boat back here, and the boat kind of represents a time where our ancestors would get on boats, and they wouldn't really know where they were going. They would just have to kind of like go out deep into the ocean, and they wouldn't know like where they were going to end up or anything like that. So it is like, it kind of represents adventure, going on an adventure. And I definitely feel it is time for you to like follow your emotions. Like, your emotions are telling you to do something. You have the Devil here as well, and the Devil can represent, toxic attachments. I would be careful of like immature energy going this way. Page of Swords to the Five of Wands. So if you have any, and now that I say this, I'm pretty sure this has come up for you in the past, where you need to be careful of like a backstabber or something like that. So this is coming up in the good stuff. So it does look like if you have dealt with like a backstabber or something, that you could be like healing the situation or moving past it. But, again, if you have a person that did stab you in the back, I would definitely be careful of like allowing this person into your life, or, something like that, right? But let's see here. With the Hierophant, you have the Five of Wands. I feel like this is a risk. Like I said, Five of Wands isn't really a risk, but, you always get the Five of Wands with me. I'm always saying that, to me, it represents like Indiana Jones, like going on some sort of crazy adventure to get something you want. So I feel it's time for you to go on that crazy adventure. I feel like it's time for you to, kind of get what you want or create something you want. With the King of Cups, you have the Page of Swords here. I would be careful of this person right here. This could be a person that's like a past person that's spying on you. If you just have a person, it doesn't even have to be love. It could just be a person who stabbed you in the back in the past. They could be like watching you, or kind of like waiting for you to make mistakes. And, again, I would definitely be careful of that. The other thing that I would say is, like, on the good side of things, the Page of Swords to me he is like a detective. To me, he really represents a person who like really needs to like dig into the tiny details. So if you're thinking about going on an adventure, starting something new in your life, I feel like now would be the time for you to like really dig into the details. With the devil, you have the Two of Cups. Yeah, definitely new love coming in for you as well. Again, it's like one of those things, they say when it rains, it pours, right? And that's like popping into my head is like you could be meeting a new person, then all of a sudden your past bozo wants to, show up and ruin things. It could also be this person I'm getting as well. Like you could be meeting a new person and their ex wants to get involved. It's very weird. Again, I would be careful of that. I always tell people, it's like, I've heard stories like this too, where it's like, someone starts dating a person, their ex is like, oh my God, they did this, this, and this to me, but it's like not true. It's totally a lie. So I would go straight to the source. I always tell people, it's like, don't just like, if someone's ex is like, oh, they're a cheater, or they do this, it's like, they might just be bitter. So, I'd be very careful of ruining this. I also have a specific story popping into my head here as well, where either this happened to you or, I feel like this has happened before or something like that is popping into my head where it's like maybe you're dating a person and an ex ruined it or vice versa. Maybe it happened to this person before. So, I would definitely be careful of like something weird like that happens. I would go straight to the source, not just like assume that it's true. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this card that says, I am one with the infinite consciousness. You also have this card that says, in prayer, I commune with the universe and my dearest friends. Yeah, I feel like it's time for you to be close to people who matter to you is what I'm getting here. I also feel like you need to not question yourself. It's like, I really feel there's something here where it's like, you are tapped in. I said it with the Hierophant. It's like, you are the bridge between the heavens and the earth right now. I feel like your ideas, your plans, the things that you're thinking, and this is probably why you need to daydream, right? It's like, I'm a Pisces, and you have High Priestess here. This is why I'm saying it. I just like, my craziest ideas come from my daydreaming. Like when I go for a walk, I totally just zone out. How I haven't been hit by a car yet is like beyond me. But what I would say here is that, it's like, that's when I get my best ideas. So, don't be afraid to just not think about anything. Don't be afraid to just let your thoughts wander. You might get a really good idea, and it could be for like business, work, could be for any area of your life. But, I would like try it. You have the Seven of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the High Priestess. Again, getting very intuitive ideas. Again, I feel like you always get the High Priestess with me. And, really for you, Leo, I really feel the High Priestess is talking about potential. She is the card of potential, and potential is just potential. It doesn't mean anything. So if you don't put work into an opportunity that you get with the High Priestess, nothing's going to happen. But she has no roof over her head, and it kind of represents unlimited potential. It's like what she is capable of accomplishing, there are no limits. And then you go to the Six of Wands to the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is showing up in the good stuff. So I feel like this is going to be good no matter what. The Six of Wands is a victory. The Ten of Swords actually represents a blessing in disguise. When it shows up in like the good stuff, he's making this symbol right here with his hands, and it's the same symbol that the Hierophant is making right here. And so it kind of represents a blessing or receiving a blessing. I feel like you need to explore your kind of daydreams or like ideas that you've had that might be crazy because, again, it might be just so crazy that it works. And, the Seven of Cups also encourages you to ground something in reality. I always say that we are in the time of the Seven of Cups, I believe, personally. With Pluto going into Aquarius, at the beginning of next year, basically, and that's when it officially moves into Aquarius, and also Neptune and Pisces as well. It's like, to me, this is all like fantasy, and with Neptune and Pisces, but with Pluto and Aquarius, it's like having a North Star, having something that you work towards. Like, we need to bring our fantasies down to earth, and I'm oversimplifying it, but it doesn't matter. It's like, if you have some sort of crazy idea, try it. It's Seven of Cups. The problem I have with the Seven of Cups right now is it's like, you see the good things, you see the bad things that are in the cups. And your opposite sign, by the way, Aquarius, always gets this in the readings. So it doesn't surprise me that you're getting it. But what I would say is, it's like, yes, good things and bad things can always happen, but it's like, you are not going to know unless you do it. So it's like, don't prevent yourself from having something that could be like really, really good just because you think that something bad might happen, which probably won't. Again, do your research. The Page of Swords, again, outside of like some sort of weird situation you could be dealing with, is my card of like research, deep research, like being a detective, like forming an argument as to why something is going to work, right? And, I feel like that's what's going on here. Let's see. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Seven of Wands. Too many fears. Internal fears don't exist. It's probably what's holding you back is like the fear of being wrong or, trying to make something perfect, is what I would say here. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction, though. It says when you know that something will be successful, it will be successful. So, when you believe it so deeply that it happens, then it happens. With the Page of Swords, yes, Judgment card. Judgment is one of the only cards in the tarot I consider a person coming back from the past, so I'd be careful of the past for sure. But you could also be waking up to something. Going this way to the Hermit, you could be waking up to like your purpose or some sort of inner calling. Here you go. With the High Priestess, you have the Tower. To me, this is the most powerful combination in the tarot, the Tower and the Judgment card. It's actually not bad at all. To me, it can represent a major revelation or a major kind of like a big, huge light bulb moment going off in your head. So I do feel there could be like a big light bulb moment, but again, I really feel you're going to discover it in your dreams. But it could be like daydreams or, it could just be a random aha moment that pops into your head. So do not ignore those things. They will probably, whatever it is, will probably change your life. Next, you have the Star Mother card. It says, how can you mother yourself? Yes. Pretty much every single person has had a card like this. Like all these decks have something similar. And so I feel it's time that we really take care of ourselves. Then you have this card that says, the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So, again, whatever you're about to create is something that you've been working on for a very long period of time is kind of what I'm getting here. And it's like you're about to be successful. You have the Five of Wands, Six of Wands, and the Hermit. The Five of Wands is, of course, or I should say it can be a card of conflict and competition. I feel like you need to not worry about conflict or competition. I feel like you need to do something anyway. Like you might be wanting to, start a YouTube channel, or you might be wanting to start a business, and you could be saying there's a lot of competition. I'm like, yeah, but people are freaking lazy. Like I still work with, have worked with a lot of businesses. I have other businesses, like real businesses. I don't consider this a business, but I have businesses that I do, and it's like, it's unbelievable how like lazy other business owners are. So it's like, if you want to start a business, like with minimal effort, you can absolutely destroy the competition. It's like, I had my car cleaned like a few months ago at this place. It's like, they had no follow-up. It's like they didn't follow up with me. Like I wanted to get it cleaned again. And it drives me nuts, like when a place like that doesn't like put me on an email list. And some people might say I'm annoyed by email and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, that's you. It's like, I need someone to remind me that I need to have my car cleaned again, right? So it's like, they had none of that. It's like, I could open up right next door to them and I would absolutely demolish them. I've seriously been considering it. So, what I would say here is that, again, it doesn't matter how much competition there is. With like 1% more effort, I've proven it, you will be very successful. So, don't be afraid of the competition. It doesn't even exist. Especially nowadays. It's crazy. You have the Six of Wands here. Six of Wands is a card of success, growth, good things coming in for you. So, again, I feel like there's a lot of success coming in for you, some sort of victory. And again, you could really be standing out. That's what I would say. So, yeah, there might be competition in something that you're doing, but it doesn't even matter. I feel like there could be a lot of success as well. You have the Hermit. The Hermit is a card of being in hermit mode. So I feel like you need to get out of hermit mode. I feel like there's like a lot of good things that could be coming in for you here with the Hermit. But I really feel like you need to kind of express yourself, or you need to shine your light. Again, you have that card that says the Age of Light. And he's shining his inner light. He's got that star and the lantern. But I always say that he needs to shine that light. He has some sort of skill, talent, gift, skill, or ability that would make him very successful. But if he doesn't express it into the world, then nothing is going to happen. Let's see. With the Five of Wands here, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you need to be more bold and assertive. Queen of Wands, she doesn't care what's happening. She doesn't care about other people or anything. She just does something because she wants to do it. Again, she doesn't worry about the competition. With the Six of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, like work hard, play hard. It's needing to leave a comfort zone, but I was going to talk about something else here about work hard, play hard. My brain just went right to it. But anyway, what I would say here is that, again, it is a card of being stuck in a comfort zone. So I feel like you need to leave a comfort zone to be victorious. And, that's what I would get here. With the Hermit, you have the Page of Wands. Definitely time to go on the adventure of creating something. You can think about something that you want to create all day long. You can learn about something that you want to create all day long. But until you put it into practice, until you go on the adventure, you have no freaking clue what is going to happen. And that's exactly what this reading is saying. It's like you're being called to something here. You have to answer this calling. And sorry, I just dropped a bunch of cards here. I dropped the Magician and the Ace of Swords. So that tells me that what I just said is the truth, that you need to answer a call. And you can't just think about it. You have to actually put it into practice. At the end here for the good stuff, you have this card that says the golden child, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Yes, I think you have rare gifts you need to use. You have this child of the cosmos. It says the intelligence of the universe lies in you. Like everything I've been saying, I'm telling you right now, I feel like the universe is giving you ideas, or I feel like they're your ideas, but the universe is just like waking you up to them or giving them back to you. And these are good ideas. These could be for businesses, career ideas, could be any of that. And I feel like you need to like get moving. I feel like you need to make it happen. I feel like you need to really kind of like put these things into practice is what I would say, because it's going to make you very, very successful with this energy if you like put things into practice, if you actually make something happen. And, that's kind of like what's going on here is that, you're expressing your inner light into the world. You have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Again, this is the good stuff. It's going to be good no matter what. The Knight of Cups could be a knight in shining armor. I do feel love coming in for you. It could be a water sign. Could be any sign. But I do feel like there could be love coming in for you here. Someone who really sweeps you off your feet. Someone who you really like. With the Ten of Swords like being stabbed in the back. So, I feel like for some of you, though, this is talking about a blessing in disguise. Something that you went through. I definitely feel like you went through a tower moment in the past. Even if we go, well, I should just show you here. This way, you experienced some sort of tower moment, and now you are seeing how this past tower moment was actually a blessing. With the Four of Cups, I feel like the Four of Cups is saying that you're finally manifesting like what you think you need. Rarely, if ever, do I feel like the universe gives us exactly what we need if we're trying to do something. It's like, most of the time the universe is like, no, you have to do it anyway. It's like the way I think about it is it's like no one wants to read a book, for example, where it's just like, I woke up one day, had a business idea, and made $1 billion that day. No one wants to read that book, right? All the best business books are, I struggled, I had to grind my face off, I went through all these problems, issues, and challenges, everybody hated me, my girlfriend dumped me, and, my leg got run over by my dog who, accidentally put my car into neutral and it rolled backwards over my foot, right? It's like, that's what people want to hear. People don't want to hear like, oh, I just became successful. So, I feel like for some of you, this last row is saying that maybe your story hasn't been easy, but it's like been a good story. But also I feel like that's why the universe doesn't give us exactly what we want, like when we think we need it. As far as like if you think you want to start a business, the universe is like, do it with no money. Because again, that makes a better story. And usually people who, it's like on top of that, sometimes I don't think the universe is like, oh, you have to prove it. But sometimes I think the universe is like, oh, you have to prove it. So obviously if you start a business with no money, or you do something hard with no money, then the universe is like, oh, they're serious. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords, the truth. Some of you, this could be a truth that's coming out here with this past person. So again, I would be careful, but I do feel like there's a big victory coming in for you. It's like this victory is going to bring blessings into your life. With the Knight of Cups, you have the King of Swords. Could be someone who's older than you that's coming in for you in love. This person's very wise, is what I'm getting. Could also be an air sign. It would not surprise me if it was an air sign. It would surprise me if it was a water sign, even though you have a bunch of water here. Just saying, right? So, but, I've seen plenty of Leo water sign couples. I always think, the lady who invented Spanx and her husband, Leo and Pisces. So, and they've been married forever, so it can work. But what I would say here is that, I feel like it could be an air sign as well. With the Four of Cups, you have the World. Definitely some sort of big accomplishment coming in for you. I feel like you're going to feel like you're on top of the world, probably because you did something like hard as well. It's like if you are shining your inner light, doing what you're supposed to be doing, bringing some sort of universal blessing down to earth. That's really what this is. But it's going to require work, whatever it is. It could be something you've been working on for a long time, but if you do it, you're going to be very successful. Let's see. It could also be love. You have this occupation card. Yeah, I feel like you're working hard. I feel like you have been working hard for a long time. And, I don't know. I feel like it's paying off. You have this main female card. Definitely could be love coming in for you. It doesn't have to be a female, obviously. I just feel that it's talking about a person. You have this bad health card. Every single person has had this card except for maybe like one or two people. So I would definitely watch your health. Again, I'm not a doctor, so do not take this as medical advice, but I would just make sure you're staying healthy. Make sure you're doing all the stuff you need to do. Drink plenty of rest, rest plenty of water. I don't know what I was going to say there. You catch my drift. You have this mature man. Are you kidding? Yes, there's definitely a mature man coming in, or a mature person. They could just be mature. They could be older than you for a lot of you, but I feel like it could just be a mature person. And you have sudden wealth. Yes, this is what's waiting for you. This is what's waiting for you on the other side of bringing some sort of universal blessing down to earth. And again, I don't want to make it sound super easy. It's like this is some sort of idea that you've had for a long time, especially for those of you in work or business. For others, it could be a hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability. Again, that card says you've been training for this for a lifetime. It's like the light. Every single thing here is like the light inside of you needs to be exposed. And it could be like some sort of talent, gift, skill, or ability that you expose to the world. It could also be like children, as weird as that sounds. Like sometimes, yes, believe it or not, having a family could be your purpose, like if that's what you want, right? And so it could be something inside of you that needs to come out here. And it's going to be a blessing. So pretty interesting reading here, Leo. I like it. I like where it's going. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.